Guys, this is Prashant Kumar back here again, day 21, and I'm talking about multifamily syndication. Today, I'm going to continue to talk about the deal that I started talking yesterday, and I gave the name of that deal as horrible deal. I called that as a horrible deal, but when I thought about it, it was really not a horrible deal. It was just a hairy deal, right? It taught me a lot, especially, and I think in a way it was the best deal that I could have ever done, and it was in a way it was a worst deal as well, from the perspective that amount of work was needed, right? So I will take my word back. It was really a very good deal. Basically, it was something that I would have loved, and I loved doing it, and I will continue to talk about it, what really happened in the end. But I will start from how I got that deal, right? I yesterday I mentioned a little bit, but when I started looking at the deal and when I looked at the property at that time, we were about to, the contractor was about to fall apart, right? It was just 3 4 days, and we had to decide whether we wanted to put the money down. So we decided that it was too little of a time for us to kind of get into the contract, and we moved out. We said we were not going to do that. However, we kept on doing that due diligence on it ourselves, kept on talking to the contractors ourselves. And I don't know why we were doing that, but we were doing it. Long story short, the deal came back to us after 1 month. So by that time, we had spent enough time on the deal. We had done underwriting. We had done basically talked to the construction company, and construction company had given us the quote. At that time, we said, okay, let's get into this deal now, and we signed the contract. And as I said, my partner had called me, and we went into that deal. Hi Ajay, hi Kayla. We went into that deal, and we had some time to do more due diligence, which you were doing. We had 30 days, and our money was going down. So we were working hard. All six of us were working hard, trying to scramble to vet our numbers. We wanted to make sure our construction bids were correct. We wanted to make sure that we had a lender. Just before around 20-25 days, we were kind of sure that these were going to be our construction numbers. This is the price of the property, and basically we did not have a lender. We had few prospects who were talking to us, but we were feeling confident that we will have somebody. So just around before before the 30-day mark, we got a confirmation from the lender, one of the lenders, and we signed up. We gave our due diligence, financial due diligence money up front, advance money to the lender, about 25-30,000. I don't remember, maybe 50,000. So all in all, at the end of 30 days, we were about 200,000 hard in the deal. And basically, lenders started to do the due diligence, and we were making trips. Right after 30-day mark, we were making trips to the property because we were continuing to vet our, numbers. And I personally was working on the insurance side. The insurance, there were no companies out there who were going to give us the insurance on that property. I mean, the insurance was there. It's just that it was too expensive. We were getting quotes for as much as 400,000-500,000 per year on that property, and it was what it was at that moment. So all that was going on. Lenders' requirements were very tough. They wanted, of course, it was a non-recourse loan. They wanted full KP, of the loan. They wanted, basically, some the liquidity and all that. The good thing was they did not I think this particular lender did not talk about the liquidity. He wanted the KP, basically somebody to sign on the loan. That we had. Our net worth was half of that, the loan size, and at that moment. And then we had somebody who were willing to sign on the loan as a KP, which was good part for us. But we were still vetting our construction numbers. That thing was still going on, and we were starting to talk to the city because that property was in a area which was being, upcoming area. So there was some possibility for us to get some grants from the city. Even though we were not considering all those grants in our underwriting, our numbers were coming very good. That's why I said that it was the best deal. That those numbers were coming up as much as 20 plus IRR. In a way, it was like maybe between 20 to 25 IRR. Cash on cash was about 18. Annualized cash on cash, we were even willing to give like 10 pref on that deal at that time. So we were underwriting with all the possible scenarios, and we had somebody to sign on the KP, and lender was good. So while doing the vetting of the construction numbers, we figured that our construction budget was little bit lesser. And when I say little bit lesser, it was like a smidge lesser than the whole amount. So our construction budget originally was like 8.2. It went up by 60,000. It became 8.85, something like that. So then we submitted, because lender was doing the underwriting too, we submitted that to the lender at the end of week, I would say now we are up to like week 7 of 30 days, basically, of 3 months. Out of 3 months, we were into week 7. We submitted our numbers to the lender, and lender was okay with that. And we are now into week 11. I would not 11, week maybe 10, like 30 days before. 15, 20 days before the closing. Long story short, we got a call from the lender. Lender says, guys, originally this deal was 8.2 million construction budget. By increasing that 60,000, whatever, 600, not even 600,000, I think just smidge, maybe 500,000 in total out of 30 million, just by increasing the construction budget by 500,000. Lender said that the deal has changed. They cannot put the deal in the same bucket in which they were going to put it and give us the loan, and they have to move it from one bucket to another bucket. And while moving the loan from one bucket to another bucket, they raised our rate by 1.5 points. They raised our upfront fees by, they were going to charge us 1% for loan closure, right? 250,000. They raised that up by 2.75%. So they raised that by 1.75%. So in a sense, they retraded us about 20 days before closing. And at that time, we were scrambling to try to get it closed. And I didn't talk about how much were we struggling to get to raise that 8 million. We were working continuously to raise that 8 million. And we were right there. We were just very close. We had soft commitments for about that much. And we were getting ready to close. We were not there yet, but we were getting ready. And 20 days before closing, lender says, listen, guys, this is going to change. So what happens next? I'm going to talk to you guys about that tomorrow. But you have heard it. We were trying to raise money. We had the commitment from our investors. Our PPM was about to get ready. At that moment, our lender dropped the ball on us. I will continue this discussion further tomorrow. Please stay tuned. This is very interesting story. I mean, you would love it if you hear it. Continue to hear it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow again. Thank you so much for listening. I don't usually talk more than 10 minutes, so that's about it. Okay. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you guys. Bye bye.